Ladies and gentlemen, how you all doing? This is Con Ulrich.
And I'm Mangru, hello, hello, hello.
And folks, today we're going back to the Terrible Divisions tournament on Slutsk East. Rang, who is bringing what to the fray?
On left-hand side in blue, we have vonPaulus playing as the first Skijaeger, and on the right-hand side in red, we have Karma playing as the 126 Gornostrelkovy.
Okay, so the Gornostrelkovy over here on the right-hand side, we don't see them very often. I mean, the Skijaeger we know. Infantry that's awesome, but just not enough of it. What do we expect out of the Gornostrelkovy over here for the 126th?
Gornostrelkovy is another, lighter infantry mountain division. That's actually pretty cool, because you've got a mountain-style division versus another mountain-style division. The infantry's pretty good, they got some light tanks, but lighter on equipment, so pretty standard stuff here.
I don't know why, but every single time I see DP Grupa, I think it's like Orcs or something, like Let's Go Boss. Like, I don't know. Very 40k oriented here for a moment. The Skijaeger's going to run afoul of those later tanks. BT7's not terrifying when you have main battle tanks, quite terrifying when you're afoot.
Yeah. I do like how you just rest up all those Gornos, Saparis, and other Gornostrelkovy units right into the town, and yeah, it's just going to be a pretty massive shockwave to the German defense down south.
True, but it looks like right now we're having the same time. Sturm Skijaegers with MP44s, they're going to hold pretty damn well. Not perfectly. I mean, you can't win when you have, what's it, a 5 or 6 to 1 here. Literally 6 to 1. But they're still getting what? About a squad's worth of casualties out of it? That's not terrible.
Yeah, it's not too bad at all, and here we go, got Stuka coming in doing a bombing run, but P40 is right on his butt. Will he get the kill? Yes, he will.
Yeah. If he didn't get the kill, I'd want to ask a question why. Taking a quick look at the top of the map before we go back down. Yeah, very static in the north, not too surprising there. P40 coming the other direction and going to pound the Skijaeger positions just north of the river there.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not going to follow up with his Avatar infantry, he's just going to keep him back for now. Probably would have been a pretty good chance to move him up. And we've got another P40 coming in, really liking this light air support.
Well, that's one thing we don't really talk too much about, is that the Gornostrelkovy, despite the fact they are a rather light division, their air support is... it's pretty solid. Not like... not like thinking back to SD44 with like second solid or third armored solid, but it's pretty damn solid.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's decent.
Yes, it is.
P40s are pretty cheap. Down south, got BT7s rushing in. Is he gonna? Yeah, it's gonna outpace the Pak 36. But he has a Panzer T-34 85 here.
I don't even know what killed him. He just died randomly.
Yeah.
And I think he's desperately trying to bum rush that guy, and it's not going to work very well for him.
Yeah, the Pak 36 covering the flank here should keep that T-34 nice and safe. The BT7, is he gonna... I really want to see him get the flank, but...
No, this really shouldn't happen. This really shouldn't happen. Oh dear God, this is gonna happen, isn't it?
I mean, this is what the BT tanks are designed for.
You're right, dying in flares of glory. But not to be outdone. Oh no, I forgot, this is the Lee division. So we have entry Lee coming in, and another platoon's worth, a company's worth of BT7, so more lambs to the slaughter, even as the infantry just continues to dominate the last shreds of Skijaeger infantry.
Yep, and just having that town under control is pretty big for Karma, because once you hold a town, it's very hard to actually lose it. So that's a great defensive position for him, and he's starting to try to clear up the northern end of the town on the hill here with his Gornoravtos, but maybe the Skijaegers will be enough to hold on.
Well, they definitely have the distance fighting down. If you just pull back a Sturm Skijaegers out of the forest, that actually might be a better position for him.
Yeah, a little bit exposed in there. Especially with all those PPSHs just shooting down onto him. Got another Stuka run coming in, but P40s are in the sky like it's North Africa.
Well, yeah, not too shabby there. And indeed... oh no, that's why he's got the 2 SDKF Z-10-4s. I don't think it's going to be enough, but he probably will at least... I was just saying, maybe get some criticals out of that, but I guess not. Wow.
Nope.
Dude, that was a drive-by. Jeez. I realized we're in Compton.
Yeah, really good airplay so far from Karma. Just been knocking out your Stukas, and I mean, Skijaeger is pretty reliant on their air power tab. I mean, got the Stukas, got the Strafen bombers, got the cluster bombers later on. All very useful tools in the Skijaeger arsenal.
Not too surprising that Karma's doing really quite well with this, because you know what they say. I mean, Karma's a bitch. But outside of that, I mean, P40 kind of trying to tangle with ME109 in a head-to-head, that's going to be deadly enough, and then having the additional, let's say, benefit of that firepower being... Yeah. This recon plane's not getting out either. I'm sorry, sir?
Yeah, goddamn, just the amount of airplanes that are being brought up and all shot down in the first 6 minutes is pretty unreal. And yeah, he's gonna lose the off-map. That will be a pretty big loss. He only managed to get one off-map strike of it, but got another Messerschmitt coming in. Finally shoots down a Russian-American plane. Yeah.
Well, the P40N's not making it out either. Between the ground fire, the Messerschmitt up above. I mean, come on. There really should be no way. There we go.
Yep. Yeah, real deadly air combat.
However, these BT-7s are probably going to take out these SDKF-Zs.
That'd be a very good position if you can do that. The SDKFs are pulling back, but the BTs are just getting picked off by the Slug and the Panzer... Oh, I should just say T-34.
Now, the mildly amusing thing is I realized just now that of the off-map planes, he still should have a number of them as potential call-ins as we go a little bit later into this match. So maybe it's not the worst thing that he was able to draw out some of those early P40s. So it will be a consistent kill. And really, when you think about it, in a raw points trade, and a raw utility trade, that's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, the off-map did work out pretty well for him, and he's running in the Skijaegers to try and get some surrenders and get a foothold back into the town, but you're probably going to need a little bit more Skijaegers. And they are being brought in, but they are foot slogging their way to the edge. And by that time, I think the Russian infantry should be good to go.
More than likely.
Never mind, there's just more artillery.
Ooh, and this gun stops the momentum by taking out that T-34, the boy to 3045? Yeah, it's 3045. Yep. Not to be outdone, though, Ju-87 comes back the other direction. Let's see if we have the standard reply of that P40. Well, there's one to the north, but I don't think he really wants to be engaged here.
Yeah, the Messerschmitt is chasing him down. And there we go. Fantastic kill on this is too. Pretty big hit.
Dear God, I forgot how fast the P40 is.
I know. How fast does it go? Seems... I forgot the speed of it, but it is...
It's like 525, 540, I think. Probably wrong on that one.
So he's actually using the Stukia to do strafing runs with only two, regular machine guns. Ain't gonna do that much.
Oh, you have to think about it, though, too. The issue with this is that so much of his air power has been blown apart and tied down. He's got to even the 7.9s, they got to be able to do something.
Yeah, that's quite surprised you haven't seen the strafing planes out yet, because those are always a very useful tool for the Skijaeger arsenal.
True.
And the BT-7s are just getting picked off. They are lovely little tanks, but in a stand-up fight against a T-34, ain't gonna cut it. They really need to be in a forest or behind the enemy.
But when you have support from that ZIS-2s, though... Oh, no, that was an M42. That was...
Oh, crap, yeah.
That's surprising.
Yeah, that's really surprising. I think I was just like... it was just... Maybe a shade shot, kind of. But that was a really good kill. They definitely need to knock it out, because that will give his BT-7s a little bit of free reign until the second T-34 comes in. Well,
we have the Pak-36 actually up to the north into that force as well, and that's two Iron Cross, so... That's a machine gun, son. But we've not been paying too much attention over here to the victory points, and not for nothing. I don't know if vonPaulus has necessarily been thinking about it either. He's been focused so much on the southern 50. If you look to the north, I feel like there's more snipers on the Soviet side than there are German units, so...
Yeah, he's got a pretty good, a lot of support guns set up here for the machine gun, anti-tank rifle, and the sniper team. And he's got one flank pretty much under control without any contestants, yeah, so that's an easy flag.
Not that this is really apropos of anything between Soviets and then Germans per se, but I saw a fascinating video the other day actually about Tick going up with the firepower from a squad level, and I kind of discovered Germans really had firepower supremacy just because of the MG, and it never really crystallized as much for me, but it was like 300 or 400 rounds a minute more. It's an absolutely insane number.
He had a lot of DACA.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure why. But just figured I would drop in another piece of useless information for all of you guys out there. I can't let Rooster have all the fun.
Speaking of fun, there's a KV-2 on the field.
Ooh, where did I miss that? I was paying attention to the General Lee's trying to get picked off.
It's coming in spawn. It's probably going to take another 2 minutes to actually get to the front line.
Oh, okay. I was watching the T-34 engage the Lees, and I thought to myself, yes, blow up those Confederate tanks. But we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised that vonPaulus has managed to get, such a good foothold into the town so far with just the Skijaegers, because the Russian infantry is pretty nasty stuff. All the Russian mountain troops are fairly well equipped. And yeah, he's using the good use of snipers here, and just regular Skijaegers at more longer range. I think also the big help mainly is the Stug and the T-34.
Well, let's also not forget the fact that we had, a 203's coming the other direction. And a Hurricane, even more terrifying. But let's not forget the fact that we had an artillery barrage come through, and that thing was quite hefty.
And we got an artillery barrage here from Karma dropping in, out 203s, and I mean, it's not, I'd say it's not the best position, but it should stress out the majority of the forces, yeah.
Well, it's going to be a bad beat over here on this Hurricane. This Hurricane's going to go down.
Maybe?
I don't know. I feel like the Hurricane's a bigger loss than even using a Stuka.
Oh, there we go.
Yikes.
Yeah, just goddamn. I do not want to be a pilot in this match, that's for sure.
No, usually it's a tanker you don't want to be, but good God.
Yeah. Or an infantryman.
And
okay, Strokey. Okay, Strokey squad number 52. Your job is to charge the same German machine gun position.
And hope they're out of ammunition by now.
Don't worry, we got the 40-second off-map artillery barrage dropping down. But we're dropping down on top of you, so just avoid the shells.
Oh yeah, exactly. Absolutely. I mean, that's a completely healthy way for this to go through.
Yeah.
Ooh. And you can tell that the anti-air has been quite busy. Over on the Russian side, we have that ZIS-12, who's pretty much Winchester. On the SDKFZ side, I mean, they spawned with, what, 1,200 rounds? Okay, so maybe a little bit more than I expected, but it just feels like any single time there's air power on the field, there's just a storm of flak coming up.
Yeah, it's getting pretty gnarly now. Yeah, we got the 7.2 being brought in, and Karma has himself a 25mm flak half-track. Or not half-track, but not even track, it's just a truck. There's nothing half about it.
No, the pathetic thing also is I always forget the first Skijaeger is the one with the KV-2, because I was looking the other direction. I was like, the Russians don't have anything coming in. I don't know why it took me so long to discover that there, but
Yeah, both sides like to use, other equipment from other countries.
True.
126 got those American and British airplanes and American tanks, and vonPaulus is just using anything that he could capture with a Russian star.
True, and a blithe disregard for life. You're absolutely right.
But Sternpanzer KV-2 should be a pretty big benefit in the town, as there's not really many tanks that can really threaten the KV-2 on the 126 end. I mean, those BT-7s and then 3 Lees, really not that scary. It's really going to come down to maybe a good ZIS-2 gun placement on the hill, and probably a decent amount of air power.
The thing that's kind of surprising to me is that the Germans have been rather blasé about any stovepipe or light gun support here. Yes, we've seen some off-map. Yes, we've got some really strong kind of, say, vehicle play that's been going on here. But, as always, I feel like tube artillery is an exceedingly important piece of the war effort to focus on. I don't think we've seen enough of it.
Yeah, it's especially in town fights. I mean, we say every cast, mortars are the best artillery pieces to take. Yes, the 1v1 meta is essentially just off-map artillery spam right now, but even just one card of mortars can really make a huge difference in a town fight. Just being able to stress out all the scary CQC infantry, and then rush up your not-so-CQC infantry to get an easy surrender, is never a bad idea.
I like to point out the fact that you say scary CQC infantry. We already know exactly who and what we're talking about there.
Mm-hmm.
P40 comes back in for another run at this Pack 40. It's not going to happen. There's 3 anti-air tracks there.
Yeah.
Wait, really? Is he going to get this? Are you serious?
It's probably going to be very inaccurate.
No.
No. But he pays for it with his life.
BT7's new squad. Okay, so the axis of movement is slowly rotating further and further north up the map here. Not sure that's maybe the greatest idea. I feel like the town fight, as much as this is fixating for so much, the 126 does so much better in those kind of knife fights.
Mm-hmm.
Not a ton of DP material, other than with the DP Grupa, which is, you know, as we talked about before, discount Brenner group from the Russian side.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Skijaeger just doesn't do that well in like attrition town fights. Just they don't have the numbers on the infantry. Like if you look at the regular Skijaeger troops, it's like 8 to 9 guys per squad. Where the Russians here, it's like what 12 to 13 on those naval troops.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not as well equipped per se, but it usually just comes down to a numbers game, being able to survive more shots by having more guys. I think north would be a good like axis of movement here, because I've seen Karma bringing in some Russian naval troops on a BT7, which is going to run foul for Pack 36, and there's no more BT7. But as we're usually seeing matches like this, it always gets fixated on the town fight, but I think both sides could really exploit a more northern approach if they so desire.
But man alive, I mean, this Pack 36 has actually locked down that entire push.
Mm-hmm.
And had we just had, you know, again, the 76-2s, the mortars, another P40 goes down, why not just utilize those to start engaging the Pack 36? That axis did not need to have died. That counterpunch could have been absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. And the KV-2 is actually getting in position into the town. I believe it just blew up an infantry squad from the face of its earth. So, yeah, I mean, just use that to pick off one squad at a time, building to building, and you can get control of that town, because it's not looking too great down south for Karma. He does have a decent hold with his little frontline force, but yeah, there's a lot of German armor, and armor is something you don't really like to fight against as 126.
Figure me I was watching as another hurricane goes down. Yeah, it's definitely not hurricane season.
Nope.
Another off-map coming in. Yep, there we go. Going after that forest.
Pretty good spot, yeah. Just long as Karma's infantry don't evacuate the premises, which seems to be the case.
Yeah, but maybe he can keep them locked in place. Then again, maybe not. I think maybe the Skijaegers have been enough. Yeah. vonPaulus needs to kind of get a move on, though, I will say. He's down 15-9. He's got 6 minutes of life left. Ooh, KV2, what's he engaging? Oh, he's going after that assist.
Oh,
absurd. It's absurd.
That's a... You know the funny thing about the KV2, Khan?
What's up?
Has a faster fire rate in the ISU 152.
Wasn't that because the ergonomics...
5 rounds a minute.
But I think it was the ergonomics of the tank. Like, I think the ISU 152 had the issue that the gunner itself had just like a very, very low inability to kind of rotate through. And the KV2, yeah, it had that big schnoz on it, and it had that really kind of awkward, top-heavy, you know, almost monitor-looking piece here. But at least some open space to work in. I might be wrong on that.
Yeah, I mean, you could fit like an entire apartment complex on the KV2's turret.
Certainly a Soviet apartment complex, you're absolutely right.
All the amenities you need, comrade. You've got the big gun here, the radio over here, the machine gun in case you get a bit bored. Everything you need.
The Emperor's primer for infantry? Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's how it works. But we're slowly getting reduced down here to the south. Regrettably, this continues to be an area in which there's very, very little victory flags on near the front lines, but we're starting to see maybe a collapse over here in the center. The 37 mils are going to cost more than enough issue, and also running your troops into your own artillery will cause some more issue.
Yeah, it definitely cause a bit of an issue for sure, and Karma really does need to get his... I think he's moving them into a more aggressive offensive position, Still a risky maneuver, because they're actually getting picked off a little bit by the sniper team. But he does have some DP groupers being rushed in to try and plug his hole.
Well, someone must have told him about that little maneuver he pulled at the Battle of Seneb. No? No Star Wars? Okay, that's fine.
Nope.
I'll tell you, the other day I was asking one of my students whether or not he thought the sequel trilogy was any good. And he was like, you know what, that's the first one I've ever seen in theaters. And my thought was, oh my god, I am old. Oh god. It's the first one I didn't see in theaters in completion. What, the ME-109, did I even get a kill on him? He has like no rounds left.
I think it was anti-air. And seriously, the amount of airplanes that have been dying in this match is absurd.
Yes.
Like every time a P-40 comes in, it's just zoop, down it goes.
Well, every single time a P-40 dies, an Angel gets its wings. I mean, that's how that works. Or an Eagle gets its wings.
Yeah. They're reborn into a P-51.
It's not even their final form. First they have to evolve. You gotta give them a Thunderstone and... another Sturmpanzer, by the way, in the center. We have another KV-2 being brought on in. So, yeah. The Morskaya Picota's coming in. They're gonna get wrecked.
Yeah. We do have finally some heavy armor here from Karma of the C-Phase KV-85s, which will definitely help out against the T-34s, the Stugs, and the KV-2s on vonPaulus' side.
Yeah, but not the way he's pathing it. I'm not sure I agree with the positioning there. I feel like if you're going to go and use that, you might as well drive it south around and just kind of edge hug. But, you know, maybe I'm playing a little bit cautiously under the circumstances. And, for example, like, I know I have the lead. The only way I lose this is if I let his armor become a greater impact than mine.
And it seems like it is what he's trying to do, because we've got the KV-2 and the cheap T-34s along the middle area, coming up the hill. And I think those Russian naval infantry are not gonna be in this road for very long.
Does not seem likely, no.
Alright, actually was pretty underwhelming.
No, but we do have, though,
an entire squad to die.
We have a Ju-87 cluster coming on in, so I think we might see like a last heroic P-40 being brought on in. Because this is out. Ooh, this is really unfortunate.
Oh, he's completely out of anti-aircraft ammo. Oh, poor bugger. A KV-85 it is. This 2's can live to fight another day.
KV-85 not quite so much.
Nope.
I'm also mildly amused by the fact that right now we have the 76-2s trying to barrage the T-34-42s to death. Mm-hmm. Not likely, but I applaud them for their gumption anyway. And the southern flank is collapsed.
There we go. Yeah, it really came down to the armor play more than anything, because, as you can see, there's no more infantry down south apart from a lone sniper.
Yeah, and I mean, because a lot of the Skijaegers just got brought over here into this central position, trying to follow up some of these lighter moments here. Sorry, watch this P-40 come in to some strange effect. I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe he was going after the off-map?
I think so. And yeah, another P-40 goes down. What a surprise.
Well, now we have the M3 Lee going up against all of these Skijaegers. Skijaeger, here comes the Faust. And despite... I don't like the graphical update they did that makes him look like it's a Piat now. I'm sorry. I know it's a silly thing. I shouldn't get hung up on it, but I wish it didn't look like a Piat sailing through the air. Just get like, you know, flashbacks.
But you think it's gonna miss when you see the animation?
Yeah, I mean, like the Faust wasn't fired like a spigot mortar. Like, there was a reason we had that thing. I act like I was there.
Didn't you invent it, Khan, in 1944? Weren't you there when they test-fired the first prototype?
Actually,
I remembered it like yesterday, like with the Star Wars movies.
Oh, that's cold. That's cold. Next is going to be, I was there when the Black Death happened. That's how I could write my book. Jerk. Oh, man.
So we do cast every now and again, guys. Don't worry.
Mostly we riff on the fact that I'm apparently such an old geezer these days. 6 more squads of Skijaegers coming on in. definitely going to come into, I would say, consolidate the games made in the south, and maybe even try to push back here in the north. They're going to try to... That's an interesting deployment. Okay.
The northern Skijaegers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But apparently things are coming in threes. Wow. All right. Whatever happened to other KV-85?
He must have died. That must be it.
It certainly seems that way. First Skijaeger squad's gonna run afoul of the Morskaya Pekotas. Oh no, Maxim's shutting him down. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And in so doing, he reveals himself to the Jedi, and they start to barrage him with Stugfire. That is unfortunate.
The tables have definitely turned, because vonPaulus on the 13-11 now. And it's really down to Karma to try and make his push happen. I actually forgot to mention earlier, like, both these guys are using Vanguard income. So, I mean, it's pretty even Stevens.
By the way, forgive me, I'm going to watch down to the south. This artillery barrage comes in on top of the anti-air and the supply truck. This is one of those, like, slaps in the face that if either one of these goes down, it's just like, oh, that sucks. You have to feel bad. Especially
considering now our anti-aircraft gun finally has some ammunition. And he is not going to be able to do anything with it because it just exploded in his face.
Well, you know, it's always like that aim towards enemy kind of thing. It's like a claymore.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, is there any other material?
Enemy?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, with an actual claymore, the sword.
Exactly. Oh yeah, the pointy end goes in the other guy.
Mm-hmm. But what if you stick a claymore on the end of a claymore, so you like swing it and it blows up? It's like an explosive sword.
Actually, no, what happens at that point is you start the day back over again until you kill the mimic. So, yeah, that's how that works. And I really have no idea if that joke landed with most of our viewers out there, so I'm sure there's somebody out there who's an anime fan, but this Maxim in the middle, not Malcolm, but Maxim in the middle, is, if this dies, there goes the center as well. So this is, I don't want to say that vonPaulus is winning this here, but I don't know.
vonPaulus is winning this here.
Exactly. I don't want to Castro's curse this, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that lone Maxim, I think that Skijaeger in the truck is just barely out of line of sight, so he can just drive right up and then pop out and say, Guten Tag.
Does he even
I think that's how they say, yeah. Nope.
And there goes the center.
He's delivered.
Jeez. And now the Gornos, there's nothing left. There's nothing left.
Out of stuff.
Well, the KV-85 to the south, but I imagine, even though the fact that we have this 37 mil down south, get the feeling the Ju-87 cluster might go down. But I will tell you, the 37 mil won't last much longer after that.
Nope. We still got the KV-2 down south still alive, and it's just such a powerhouse of a unit.
The one that's center, I think, is still alive too. No, that's dead.
No, he's gone bye-bye. This is too. It's actually in a very exposed position, but a good one. Well, it's not too exposed. I mean, he's got like a garden fence between him and the enemy that should provide a little bit of armor.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, I always find it funny. I always forget how like gardens actually provide a medium like concealment armor bonus.
Well, I think it's because, you know, the shots that are going through it might tumble, you know, at that point, doesn't penetrate as well. I don't know, some ridiculous thing like that.
No.
And here comes the 37
mil.
The
lilies look rather distracting, all of that.
Oh yeah, exactly. The flowers look lovely. I totally get that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the Ju-87, he's pushing to target. You are a brave sod. And he gets it off too. Wow. But he
misses.
I was like, he shoots like a Soviet cluster bomber. What the heck was that?
I'm actually really surprised. I didn't know the cluster bombers actually became less accurate when dropping their bombs. I knew with like regular bombers it kind of makes sense, but that's a pretty big dispersion pattern.
You know, I would have to say it's one of those things, you know, kind of jiggling back and forth because of the flak, and because of it, you know, the bombs get...
That makes sense.
One last dice throw to the south. Morskaya Pekotas, 4 squads of them being brought on in. Another Ju-87's pushing to target, though. They're waiting for that 37 mil to die, and yep, he's dead, so I would not be surprised. Oh no, the KV-85 is dead too.
Yeah, everything's dead, Khan. It's... No one's alive anymore. I think the Stugs won't be alive, or one of them might not be alive yet. Very good ambush here of the naval infantry, but gonna pay for it with their lives. But still a worthwhile ambush.
Oh no, I was watching as the ME-109 was just strafing the snipers in the center. Kind of mildly amusing to me, at the same time rather terrifying to think that an airplane would be strafing one dude. But
really want it one dude dead.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's got a scope in his gun, shoot him!
Dude, that's how COD works.
Yeah, and apparently in Steel Division, you know, when you put a scope in your gun, double the range.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's how it works with oh my gosh, the Poopchin. 300 usually.
Put a scope on a Poopchin, it would have double the range.
Well, that's the thing. You have the bigger barrage, the bigger round on it, and you can't put the scope because you can't see over it. So that's why it has reduced range. But if you switch it out, that's how it works.
Makes total sense.
And that's how babies are made.
I thought they come in storches.
Oh, that was brilliant. Oh, folks. Oh my gosh. There's gotta be somebody out there who's just... Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I can't believe you did that. I deserve it, though. It's beautiful. But 16-8. A little bit less beautiful over here for Karma.
Yeah, it's... Really, everything has tilted back on his head. And it just seems like it's come down to availability. It's usually had all his infantry in A and B phase and nothing in C. And as we see, it's not working out for him.
Well, and honestly, again, I feel like he did kind of fritter away his heavy tanks. A lot of his armor early was sacrificed super early on, so that way he could, when it comes right down to it, he could go and potentially get a breakthrough, but he never really massed his armor. He sent it up against unsupported, so all the big no-nos that we talk about from cast to cast.
Yeah, it really came down to the armor fight in that run, and Skijaeger is a good armored division when it's fighting against a division that isn't armored. Which sounds a bit silly, but it's honestly the case because they have like the T-3045s, the KV-2s, the Stugs, they're all a nice mix of armored forces to help out, but when you actually have to fight against, you know, insert Russian IS-2 division or T-34 spam division here, it might as well not have it.
I'd like to point out again just how devastating the Morskaya Automochikis are, just basically any Automochikis. First of all, 12 Thompsons, we had an entire Skijaeger squad come through, and literally in 3 bursts of fire, the squad died.
Yeah.
They saw each other at the same time, they engaged each other at the same time, and the Morskaya Pekotas lost one guy, the Skijaegers all died.
It's like Valentine's Day massacre.
Yeah, exactly. But it does look like vonPaulus is going to pull out the win here. I think Karma's probably going to see the writing on the wall a little while ago. I think this is that last little bit of... You know, it's just one of those last little bits of like, you know what, just forget it, dude, it's out.
Yeah. It really seemed like Karma was going to win that match. He did such a good job early on of his aggression.
Yes, he did.
I mean, almost completely locked down the whole southern side, but the tanks came.
Yes. Well, the heavy tanks
and all
came.
The P-40s kind of disappeared into the ground.
And that's the thing I kind of want to check into. As I mean, geez, on the Germans lost, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Just like there should be more than that. Six planes. I feel like there should have been more than that. But the other side was just absolutely devastating. I mean, geez, we have a Pak-36 who's got 5 armor kills, 4 of them main tanks.
Yep. How many P? I'm gonna count the P-40.
Okay, yeah, go for it, please.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 as the Ak-3 in there.
10.
There's a lot of dead Russian planes, is what I want to say.
Well, yeah, I counted 10 planes overall, and 7 of those are P-40s. Just devastating. Yeah. The ME-109 as well, mutt. You know, he's not a purebred, he's a mutt, but multiple infantry squads to his name. Got the field battery, the off-map guys come in. The Sturmpanzer, the 1 KV-2. Plenty of kills with him as well. So, I mean, a couple of real big standouts, but the Skijaeger just was more efficient as they kind of gave their lives away for the cause. So
you could say you're less terrible.
Yes. But, folks, that's going to about do it for us today, I dare say. Any other thoughts there, sir? Well, folks, it seems like we've lost Rangaroo for right now.
Hello?
So yes.
I think you cut out in that last sentence.
Oh, interestingly enough. Okay, well, folks, that's going to about do it for us. Any final thoughts, Rangar?
Nope.
Well, folks, in that case, then, we'll see you all next time. Until next time, I'm Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangaroo. Take it easy.